Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Originator Tech. So excited to have you join us here today. We've teamed up with two amazing companies to present to you today. Because listen, I truly believe a happy originator, happy borrowers, and that's everyone's happy in that case. So today actually we're going to start off with my good buddy Josh Friend. Josh. There he is. Josh, what's going on, brother?
Andrew, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm fantastic. Listen, we had a chance to talk with you a couple of weeks ago as a guest on the Mortgage Leadership Outlook, which was just amazing. It's great to have you on there. We got a little bit into your story, and listen, I want to get right actually into the product demo, but just listen, for a matter of just if anyone's on this and they don't know, the story behind Insellerate, they say people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it, and this is a perfect example. Josh, you're someone actually who built this technology, not for just hey, listen, this is a good way to make a couple of bucks, but you built this for yourself. So if you can talk about it, tell us a little bit about, how you got into this business, and then we're going to go into the product demo, which I got to say, I'm excited about probably, more than some of our viewers are excited about, because I know some of the things that your system could do. I know how powerful it is. So tell us, Josh, why did you get into this business?
Yeah, absolutely. First, just to kind of background, what you said is, I started off in this business 21 years ago. I was a loan officer. I was a loan officer in 1999, worked in a call center. It was IndyMac Bank's first call center called LoanWorks. It was kind of early in this consumer direct game. I got really good, very proficient at it. And within a short period of time, I was very successful. And I was young, and I went and started my first mortgage company. And I said to a bunch of my friends I went to high school and college with, so listen, you guys are working in jobs, and some of them were working incredible hours trying to get to $50,000 a year. And I'm like, hey, listen, I have people that work for me that don't even have degrees that are making $200,000 a year. Let me help you. And I brought people in, and I trained my first 20, 30 employees were people I knew. And I just showed them how to sell loans and put a process in place. And we started building technology at the very beginning of this to help them become better. And that led us up to about 10 years ago. I partnered with People's Bank, became an investor, and brought my mortgage company underneath People's Bank, and we grew that bank, and we built this software and this technology platform really to grow that bank. The bank went from $180 million a year in business to $2.5 billion a year in business in, let's say, 18 months. It grew rapidly, and we use technology. So this is, really, we built this. The original was because we needed it. We understood what it was like to manage loan officers, to be a loan officer, to manage marketing, process, and underwriting, and what were the systems and tools that we needed, and there wasn't something out in the marketplace for it. There really wasn't. As we know in the industry, there's a lot of old technology. There's not a lot of integrated technology. So we had to build something that integrates phone systems, CRM, LOS, marketing automation, all this into one platform. That's what we ultimately built. And so now it's the only thing I do. We now have over 100 customers. It's all directed around mortgage. So we really get to bring that knowledge and that expertise to our customers now and to our product.
Yeah. And listen, and it's I know you have a lot of huge lenders.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Sorry.
Take a look at the help section in your Alexa app.
Alexa, please shush. It's amazing. They're always listening. You're handling actually. It's some huge lenders out there, and also some small mortgage companies.
Sure.
So your solution applies for everyone. So if I'm actually a company that's doing multiple $1 billion a year, that's going to work for me. And if I'm only doing a few million a month, you guys can also work with me too, right?
Yeah, we definitely work with most all size lenders, and really I think what's great about that is, if you're in the business today, first off, this is the best time ever to be in the mortgage industry. I've been in this for 21 years. I haven't seen, this is record profits on a per loan basis, record demand. I mean, pretty much everyone qualifies for loans, as long as they qualify credit-wise. There's a benefit. There's more business out there. I mean, there's anywhere between, depending on who you ask, $8 to $13 trillion in refinanceable loans. Just refinanceable, that's not purchase business. That's not cash out. That's just rate and term that's eligible. And I think the biggest we've ever done is $2.4 trillion in a year in the industry. So there's lots of, it's a great time. So if you're a small player, access this technology, you now can use it. And it's something 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you couldn't use it, and Quicken built it, right?
Yep.
Built technology like this, and that's why they're a huge lender. But now any size lender can compete in this game because of software as a service, right? Which I think is really exciting time right now.
Fantastic. So listen, we're gonna go right into this. We're gonna get into your demo. One of the things. So listen. Later on, we want you to talk to us a little bit about the Project Hope Alliance. This is something, if there's ever a reason to, besides actually the fact that you have amazing technology, but there's actually now a hidden agenda to book some time with your team to learn more about Insellerate. Just give us a quick synopsis now. Then we'll go into your demo, and we can come talk to us. Come talk about this again later.
Yeah. So just. Something that we, really feel passionate about is, helping our community. In our local community in Orange County, there's 32,000 homeless children. A lot of them right now, because of COVID and staying at home, are really suffering because they don't have access to Wi-Fi. They don't have Chromebooks, and don't have the ability to actually go into school. So we're running a promotion with a local charity, which actually my sister runs, called Project Hope Alliance. And for every demo that comes through this month, we will donate Wi-Fi for a month. And for any new lender that signs a contract, we're going to donate a Google Chromebook and Wi-Fi and a hotspot for a year. We really think that, we help our lenders stay connected to their borrowers. We want to help our students stay connected with their schools. So definitely now's the time to take a look at our product, at least, to help charity.
Fantastic. All right, brother.
Yep.
Take it away. We're super excited about this. I'll stay silent here for a little bit. You'll see me making faces because I love the technology you guys put together.
Thanks. So just a little bit background about us now. Obviously, I gave you a little background myself and Insellerate. We're in the business of helping lenders close more loans. We process over 100,000 borrower applications a month. I think it's getting close to 150,000 a month. And we fund over $1 billion a month in business. I think we're getting over 11,000 loans a month that fund. In the last 3 years, our platform, just to give you an idea of scale, has handled the 2.8 million borrower applications and 68 million prospects. It's a lot of people, a lot of transactions, lots of data. We've been serving that with two products, which has been our desktop and our engagement platform. We now have launched mobile, which I'm going to be talking about mobile today, and why we develop mobile, why we think there's a big need for mobile, and why we know that the loan officers out there are going to want mobile, and you guys have probably been wanting something like this for quite some time. But the two products we have are our CRM lead management and our engagement platform. So CRM lead management is going to distribute leads. It's going to manage your referral partners, real estate agents, give you workflows, contact strategies, prioritize your day, really build customers for life, and be the data warehouse, if you will, to manage your customers, move them around, transact with them, whether someone applies online, whether someone goes through direct mail, whether they're a referral partner, you'll be able to track that data. The engagement platform has been the system that helps you engage with your customers. And we do that through multiple channels. So we do that through email, text messages, ringless voicemail, Facebook and Instagram targeting, direct mail, phone calls, and you can do Google AdWords as well. So you can enable all these channels engagement. We provide content for most of the channels as well, content and strategy for emails, text, ringless voicemail, and Facebook posts, and direct mail. So we have strategy for all that as well. So any size lender can immediately turn on engagement, and you can have journeys built for, customers for life, for referral partners, you name it. The system will really help you engage your customers. But what I want to talk about is really our mobile application, and kind of to start where we found the problem, what we were trying to solve is we really looked at challenges with CRM and marketing automations. There's a handful of things. One, they weren't integrated. So they weren't interacting with the phone system or the LOS or any other system, right? So if your CRM is not interacting with your phone system and you can't understand if the person's called you or you've called them or what's taken place, you really can't manage a borrower journey very well. Most systems aren't very flexible. There's not a lot of configuration you can do. They're kind of one size fits all. Lenders don't have a lot of time right now, which you all know. We're busy. You want to do other things, and then they're not accessible. That's where really mobile came in. So mobile was, how do we make things more accessible? And then the next thing is understanding where the market's going. Everyone is now doing things more digitally than ever. COVID has pushed forward this digital virtual world even faster. Zoom parties, virtual happy hours, open houses. That also means that you as a loan officer need to be available virtually as well. Right. So it's now become acceptable to have, hey, I'm going to work from 7 to 11, and then from 11 to 3, I'm doing school with the kids at home. And then from 3 to 6, I'm working again. And then I'm going to call you between 8 and 9. The way people work, interact has changed. So you as loan officers and lenders have to be able to adapt with that. So how do you become virtually accessible? One of the reasons why we built Insellerate was something that I want to go show you right now, which is really how consumers want the instant gratification. This is an MIT study that says if you call someone within 5 minutes versus 1 hour, your contacting the lead drops by 100 times. It's amazing. And I can tell you that lenders that are playing at this game at high levels are trying to call the leads within, hey, can I get down to 10 seconds? Can I get to 9 seconds from when someone hits submit online? Because they want to connect with that way someone's buying. When people go online to buy a product from you now or ask for a loan, they're actually trying to buy something. So whether they call you because they want to talk to you, they text you, they meet you in person, you have to be able to engage and interact with them in all these different ways. So let's take a look at a borrower journey. We're going to take you through the mobile experience of how you can manage this in our platform. So whether they go online and they ask for a loan or your point of sale solution, they text you from a campaign, they sit down with you face to face, or you do some traditional method of marketing like direct mail or radio, television, and billboard ad. First, you have to be able to create the lead. Have a place to put it. So mobily, face to face, I can create the lead. I can assign to campaigns. I can even assign things like if it's from a referral partner who gave me the lead, I can ask additional information. Maybe the lead's coming in from an inbound marketing campaign or call center. You have a toll-free number on your website. There's a number, if you need help, please call this now. We can route that number to the cell phone based off of who the lead belongs to or state license and distribution rules. So now when that customer is calling you virtually, we know if you're at your desk or we know you're on your cell phone, we can send the call to either place. So you're now able to really create that connection. The other thing you're able to do now is track that. So now we can handle that call, see that call. We understand what your communication strategy is, whether or not you called them or not. So whether you get a lead and you sit down face to face, whether someone calls you, or let's say you get a digital lead, someone applies online, you're going to get a new lead on your screen. It's going to tell you there's a new lead. We're also going to push a phone call. Your phone will ring. As you answer the phone, it'll say you have a new lead, press 1 and we'll dial. You press 1, you're now calling that lead, creating that instantaneous contact. And that's really what we're trying to do is speed up that process. So whether you're virtual, desktop, sitting down, you can have complete lead distribution, contact strategy management, all those tools. And whether you've been a distributor, retail loan officer, or a call center loan officer, everyone's going online, right? So all your distributor, retail loan officers, we're seeing lots of them buy internet leads now for purchases because the reality is their customers are going online. Or for lead capture forms, you need to respond to these leads online in real time. And this is one of the ways it happens. So you create the lead, you go in, here's a lead detail. You can add things like who the referral partner is. You can edit the lead, add additional information, loan amounts, create the lead, edit it. You can even go as far as send it to your LOS. So you say, hey, I want to create this and put in the LOS. Maybe you have someone inside that runs disclosures for you. Now it's in the LOS system. You can do it all from your cell phone. So you have instantaneous access to your lead, create the lead, manage your records. Then kind of a little one step further is really how do you start your day and how to use the system overall. So this experience is both desktop and mobile. I'll show you what the desktop screen looks like, but it's both experiences. So I log into my home screen of my mobile app and tells me, hey, I have 2 new leads. I have 2 alerts and I have 2 new texts. Great. So I got my new leads. I have some alerts. Alerts are going to be prioritization. The system, based off best practices, gives you alerts on tasks that need to take place. It also prioritizes those and puts the most valuable ones at the top. So it's going to help you become efficient. You're going to be able to see something like a calendar, or you see your text messaging. Let's go into text messaging. I can write from my phone. You do two-way text messaging, and this is going to be the same text number that is being used by the marketing automation platform. So our marketing automation platform is it's dropping text messages. As this consumer responds to, you're going to get that same message back on your phone. So you can respond to them in real time. There's systems out there that don't do that. You don't have access to it on your cell phone. This gives you access to your own cell phone, so you're able to communicate quick with those people. I'm talking to Mark. I find out something what's going on. He wants to know what the status of his loan is. I tell him what's taking place, and I move on to the next thing. Maybe throughout the day, I'm just going to work my day. So I look at my overall pipeline. I can see everything I have: my new leads, my contacted loans, any applications, disclosures, things in underwriting and closing. I want to look at something that's in processing. Let's look at all my processing files. Here's processing. Look, there's Mark Smith again. What's going on with Mark Smith? Let's click into it. Mark Smith. I want to understand when this rate lock is going to expire. I know Mark's called me, says that the repairs in the house he's buying aren't done yet, so we're going to have to delay the purchase of the home. I pop in here and I go, oh, the rate lock expires 9/8/2020. Shoot, that was yesterday. Whoops, I better take care of that. I have access to that from my actual cell phone. I can see that. I can make a note. Hey, something needs to take place. Offer would accept it. Change the lock date. I can then go back and see my real estate partners. Who am I working with? Can I ask any questions? All that access from my cell phone. So whether it's lead management, whether I'm prospecting, you also can prospect all your leads, and you can also prospect for your referral partners in there as well. There's whole workflows that help you through prospecting of your referral partners and alerts for that as well. So this is really what we've been excited about. This gives loan officers accessibility to all these tools now, desktop and mobile. And we know that as we have given lenders more access to this technology through mobile, adoption goes up, usage goes up. And the more you use the product, the more money you'll make from it, and the higher the ROI you'll get from it. So we're really excited about it. It's the same experience that's on the desktop. I prioritize alerts, my follow-ups, my new leads, my information, my borrower information, same status, the same information, same access, same information as well. So very powerful. And then obviously all this is still going to be running with the engagement platform in the background. Our strategies, we have pre-built strategies, we have pre-built content. So whether it's a purchase loan or refinance loan, it's a referral, or if it's internet lead, it's been someone who's taken an application or someone who hasn't spoken to you ever. There's a different message, different strategy, different cadence that's going to hit them through email, text messages, ring as voicemail, Facebook, direct mail, phone calls. There's all these different ways that reach out to them that we're really going to be driving money back to you as lenders. Really appreciate you guys for listening. Andrew, I'm just going to leave this here. If you want to go and schedule a demo, make a donation to Project Hope, we will. Go to Insellerate.com, actually Insellerate.com/Project Hope Alliance. Andrew will send that out so everyone can have it. We'll track it and we'll let you know how that goes, and we appreciate it.
Now I'm not muted. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me now, right?
We can hear you now.
Okay, fantastic. So I just got to ask you, so when you're setting this technology up, so let's say I'm a lender. I know I should be using ringless voicemail. I know I should be texting, and there are a lot of people actually will do this and they'll set this up independently. And those are really like the tech heads. How much of the setting up, so I can do actually, the telephony stuff, so I can do the texting, so I can do the all the things with the phones. How much of that work do you guys do for the client versus what they need to do on their own?
I think you just hit the nail on the head with why our product has grown so quickly. We do the work, and because it's based off of technology best practices, we already have predefined. Hey, day 1, minute 1, 10, minute 30, 2 hours, day 2, day 3, day 360. Here's the text, here's the email, here's the strategy that's going to go out. The lender can say, well, I want to do more or less, or they can change some of the timers if they want and tell us what they want them to be, but we actually put it in the system. And what's great about it is the ring is voicemail. Everyone that's out there, they're using a ring is voicemail system over here that they're taking leads out of from some other system, uploading and trying to run it. That doesn't happen anymore. That's all done in our platform. Our platform has ring as voicemail. If you want to do your own RVMs, you can write through the database of the CRM. You can start running your RVMs. If you want to run your text messages, if you want to run your social retargeting ads, all that runs through our platform. So you don't have to go out and use other systems. Also, we give you the strategy, the content, and we build it out for the lender. So it's a turnkey. You say yes to the content, you say yes to the strategy, and then we implement it for you. That's based off of the technology platform we built.
And you guys have like Facebook campaigns that kind of that go along wherever the user is, or the borrower is in the journey of their process, right?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, so think about this, and here's what we do. We don't just give the loan officer a post to say, here, put this in your social feed, because if you're a loan officer, your reach is only as many as your friends. So if you have 300 friends, 500 friends, I don't know what the number is, how big is your reach? We actually take that and automate it and put into a Facebook custom audience. We have the content, the graphic, video, and graphics and copy that you put into the Facebook manager. We automate it, set it up, and that way, when say it's 6 months and it's a purchase home shopper, you can drop an ad and it's going to show up in front of them, and hey, how's purchase shopping going? Now's a great time to get pre-qualified. Check in with your lender. You're gonna have ads that are gonna fit where they're at in the actual journey.
Fantastic, so cool. So first off, I got to put this up there. Got a testimony. I don't know if you saw this from Michael Penny. I had the pleasure of vetting the majority of the MLS CRMs out there. I could say Insellerate is the real deal. So that's awesome. And I got just one other question came actually. But what kind of training tools do you provide lenders based on the options they select? If you can kind of share that with us, that'd be great.
That's actually a great question. I'm actually really excited about some of the things that we've done recently. First, we do live training. We have live training. We have video training. We have knowledge-based systems, so people can go in there and look things up. We've also recently rolled out some new technology within our platform that actually does in-app training. So our lenders are starting to see some of this now. When there's a new feature that comes out, when they log in, a thing pops up and says, here's a new feature, and you can snooze it, say, I don't care, or do you want to have training now? Hit a button and take you to a video, then also take you to the actual web page inside our system and highlight, now do this, now do that. So we're going to be pushing more and more of that out over the next 3-4 months. And we're really, because we know I train loan officers. If we can make it easy for our loan officers to use it, they're going to use it more. You're going to get a higher value out of it. People are going to be happier. That's really what we want. And so we've really committed to making this training be even easier for our loan officers. And then it gives us feedback of what tools people use. So we're constantly trying to make the product better for everyone.
Fantastic. Awesome stuff. Super excited. Listen, thank you for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. And please, listen, I mean, I as awesome as their technology is, I think it's a great opportunity to not only get a demo of their system, but also give back. I'm just going to flash the banner one more time. There we go. Really, really appreciate it. All right, Josh, thank you so much, brother. I really, really appreciate it. It was great spending time with you.
Andrew, thank you.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. So next, I am super excited. My buddy, my good friend, Mr. Mark Madsen. There he is. What's up, brother?
What's going on, Andrew?
Not too much, man. So listen, if those of you who don't know Mark, so when you started like 99 in the mortgage business, right? So,
99 in Las Vegas.
99 in Las Vegas. So really before anyone really understood what a social network was, Mark actually created a social network, which predates Facebook, right?
Oh, for sure. We built it on a MySpace template. It was funny. We had about 20,000 real estate agents and loan officers in there blogging and sharing listings. It was fun. It broke a number of times, but it was 2005, 2006.
But probably most of us didn't notice it breaking. Just it was a great actually networking opportunity. So from that, I mean, Mark, he mastered actually, social marketing early on, in his career, and then actually just, understood, in a way that is just phenomenal. I guess a little high from my dad there. So he understood SEO in a very powerful way, building some unbelievable networks, focusing on some unbelievable topics. Mark, talk a little bit about actually, some of the successes that you've had. And I don't want to spend too much talking about your resume because everyone's here to talk about your tech stack. We want to see actually what Mark does right now to kind of help your originators that you're training, the partners that you work with. But tell us a little bit about some of the successes that you've had when it comes to SEO.
Sure. I got into the business in '99, and by 2002, I realized that my best niche would be listing agents. I was young. I was fresh out of college. I had very little value to offer real estate agents. I didn't have the experience. I looked way too young. So I started working with listing agents because listings are where the buyers go. And that's how I generated my buyer business. And at that point, I realized how much value we could actually provide as lenders to those agents. So we launched a series of websites locally for my agents. I was doing IDX websites back when IDX was barely getting off the ground, and working with those buyers. See, a buyer will go to a real estate agent's website and obsess over that agent's website for 6 months. Now they go to Zillow, Realtor.com, primarily Zillow. Stats from last year's NAR homebuyer survey show that 53% of buyers find their exact home that they purchased online first, and then they go and contact an agent. So I was playing around on the web back then. Then we launched that social network so that we could build real estate agents websites for anybody in the country, and that helped. Because I am in Vegas, we saw the crash happen quickly. It happened for us at the end of it started at the end of 06, beginning of 07. So I moved into renovation and 203K loans, launched a large renovation 203K loan network, which is still up today. And we do a lot of business out of that. And that's great for all of the REO agents that I work with right now, because I can feature their properties. And those buyers definitely need a lender to work with closely as they're getting into those properties that need a little TLC. I mean, all those niches right there, you can't automate that process. You can't have a robot pre-approve a buyer and show them how to get into a property and renovate it. So did that. And I've been helping real estate agents and loan officers generate business and work closer together so they can help their buyers and their sellers come up with a win-win on the purchase contract. Right now I work with SunWest Mortgage. I've been here for 3 years. I'm on the executive team, and I hold kind of a special role. I help our loan officers build what I call unbreakable relationships with their real estate agents. So it's more business development, but we integrate a lot of tech, a lot of marketing, and it's a really fun role. I get to work with branches all over the nation and locally here in Vegas too. And we're doing some fun things at the company. So I'm excited for you to ask me some questions about that and talk. You and I talk often about how the digital mortgage landscape is changing and what tech works and what buyers really care most about.
Cool. So listen, we have about 10 minutes or so. Do you want to go deep dive? If you want to share your screen?
Yeah, I knew we had about 15 minutes. I picked one of the things that we were doing to share some cool tech that we are using, and I'll give a quick demo, and you guys can take a look and see kind of the strategies behind it. I'll move as fast as I can. I pulled a couple of the top slides out, and then I'll just let you guys see.
Fantastic. Beautiful. You should see a little thing on the bottom that says share screen. And as soon as that pops up, fantastic. I will add this to the screen, and boom, there we go.
I really believe that lenders are in the wrong place in the entire real estate process. I believe that we have way more value to offer buyers and their agents if we play kind of a different role. If we are participating at the very beginning to help those buyers structure their payment, their down payment, and their purchase offer differently. Traditionally, these buyers will come through Zillow or Realtor.com, find the house that they want, go to a listing, possibly contact that agent. That agent shops us out, finds the best interest rate, and now us as lenders, we're competing against a rate. But buyers care about price, but they're only a buyer until that purchase contract is signed. After that, they become a borrower. They become a borrower for life. And borrowers care about payment and affordability. And the market's changed fast. A year and a half ago, there was a significant amount of inventory. Now there's no inventory. So we need to work closer with these buyers and these sellers at helping them get what they need. I mean, right here, this is a survey from Fannie, I think. Yeah, from last year. 40% of buyers don't even know what the minimum down payment is. I mean, right now, jumbo is an issue. There's a lot. So as loan originators and as lenders, we can help those agents market their properties better, reach a larger group of potential buyers, especially if you're in that just above the jumbo range, or if you've got a property that needs a little TLC on the rehab side. So I really believe that as lenders, we should be closer to that transaction, and it starts with working with those listing agents. I mean, affordability, here's another thing. Most of the lenders and the real estate agents, when we're talking about lead generation, they look at these top 2 tiers of this funnel. They're doing Facebook ads, they're doing pay-per-click, they're doing IDX leads, where those convert at maybe 1 to 2%. They take a long term to convert. I like to play down here in the transactional world, where buyers are within 10 weeks of buying a property. And NAR stats from last year show that buyers look at an average of 10 houses over 10 weeks. For the first 2 or 3 weeks, they do not have representation, which is insane. I know that we are not doing open houses right now, but people still want to see properties. So I want to talk to buyers who are ready to talk with me. And these are the buyers that we go after. And what we do is we work with these listing agents. And here's the deal. When a buyer is ready to talk with an agent, they've already found the property. They know the exact location, the school zone. They've driven these neighborhoods. Now they are in front of this property. And I see the number one challenge that listing agents have in today's market is following up with that huge influx of buyer leads that come in the second they put the property on the market. A year and a half ago, they couldn't get these properties shown. Now the sign goes up, you got a ton of buyers that come in, and these agents do not have the systems in place to really work those buyers, nurture them, and that's what we do. So you can test this right now. We have a number of different types of signs and sign writers that we put up on the listing signs, either standalone like this one or right underneath the listing sign. So what happens is the buyer is driving the neighborhood, they find the property, they text the word address. A message will come back from the texting system that we use. It asks for the property number or street name. So you could type in 5630, and then we send back a text message with a video, with information about the property. But more importantly, we've created that instant communication. Mm-hmm. So what the NAR stats show from last year is that 75% of buyers will go with the very first agent they speak with. Zillow ran a survey, and Zillow sells 50 million leads a year between mortgage and real estate. 90% of borrowers go with the very first loan officer to give them a pre-approval letter.
So Mark, so you get that text message, got the video of the property. How soon before an agent is going to call?
Well, they're contacting us instead of the agent because they're looking for financing options.
Yeah.
So instead of trying to filter through all of the potential buyers that just want to hear property info, I want to talk to all of the borrowers who want to know down payment info. Is this price just slightly out of our price range? We're going to send in a low ball offer. We need this payment, but we need this school zone. So we're able to talk to buyers who are soon to be borrowers about the actual property that they're looking at. And then what we do is we return the text message with a very specific payment info video. We use Mortgage Coach, we use Co-Video. There's a number of tools out there, but we get in front of that buyer and their agent and tell them exactly how they're going to be able to afford this property. And if they don't get that property, the other property is on the street. That happens immediately, and these are real conversations. So I love technology if it will help enhance my ability to communicate with people. I mean, at the company right now, we're a tech company, digital mortgage company. We're heavy into tech because it drops the price of pushing a loan through. But we also believe in human connections. And that's the whole point of this. As a loan originator, we can get in front of that buyer and their agent and have that two-way conversation while they're standing in front of the property.
Got it. It's amazing.
Any of these other text messages will work. We ask, do you care more about price or payment? Are you an agent? Are you a seller? So now we've established a communication with somebody. A lot of times it's another potential seller on that street. We talk with these borrowers. We run them through a different payment scenario. We ask, really, what are you looking for? What's the down payment you need to get out of MI? Or how many other properties have you looked at? And then we can take that list, because this property, depending on the price range, if it's in one of these first-time home buyer markets, the house is gone within 30 to 45 minutes. But there's another 50 potential buyers there that are texting in looking for information. So then we'll work with the listing agent and we'll go run a postcard campaign, run a video campaign, or just knock on the doors of all of the other homeowners and say, look, we have pre-approved, true approved borrowers who wanted to buy the house up the street. It went really fast, but these guys still want to purchase a house in this neighborhood. If you're considering selling, let's make this happen. This works great with FSBOs. It just gives a listing agent true value when they're trying to pitch, their services to another homeowner on the street. And it gets us in front of all of these buyers. We can work with them where the agent doesn't have to worry about that lead follow-up. I see a lot of agents, when they try to answer these calls with us, they'll stop the conversation immediately. The buyer will say, hey, is this property still available? Can I take a look at it? A lot of the agents will say, yep, it's taken. Sorry.
That's it. End of conversation.
What about, hey, do you want to see something else? How long have you been looking? Are you moving? Do you need to sell first? So there's so much to have to do with having a true conversation with somebody, because you ask better questions and you can actually close deals that way.
Interesting. So, and is it like, listen, you want to get that buyer before actually though they're reaching the real estate agent, establish the relationship, then you're giving that lead to the real estate agent that you want to do business with, as opposed to begging the real estate agent for the business.
Yeah, we're helping that agent generate more business for their office. So you've got a listing agent or an REO agent. They've got a small team. They still need to provide leads for that team. Right now, those leads will cost them 35% referral fee if they're going to go through Zillow. And this is just a way of maximizing that listing to generate interested buyers. Those buyers, if they're approved and ready to roll, then they're very valuable for that agent, because agents are extremely busy right now too. So we've just developed a system of establishing communication with interested buyers. I mean, people that call on signs are not necessarily just window shopping. It's an uncomfortable process. If you're a buyer, you're calling an agent, you're calling on a sign, now that you're opening yourself up to a whole bunch of potential, emails and text messages and spam. But when you're ready, and they're driving neighborhoods. So we're able to connect with those buyers up front, get them pre-approved, get them true approved, where we run everything, and then hand them back over to the agent. Now, if you're dealing with an agent that's got a difficult listing, maybe that agent and their seller they've got an X amount of dollars that they're willing to kick back for a rate reduction, or to cover closing costs, or to cover upgrades. We can help the buyer and the seller kind of establish a win-win purchase contract negotiation there. Instead of dropping price by $30,000 and hurting the other comps in the neighborhood, we can take that $30,000 if the property actually appraises and apply it to a rate buy down, and have a 3-to-1 ratio of more affordability for the buyer. But what this does is it helps us as lenders insert ourselves into a more leadership, authoritative role in that entire process, so we can help people much more.
So Mark, listen, I mean, we only have I'd say about another 3 minutes left. I love the whole seller buy thing. I mean, I think it's amazing. And I mean, if someone wanted to reach out to you and learn a little bit more about that, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
They can text Mark to this number right here, and I'll text them back.
Perfect. Mark to 562-471, and I'm going to put this in the comments so everyone has this 13, and you can continue, and we got WebMax coming up after this.
Awesome.
If you can give us another we got another, let's say, 2 minutes, and then we got Kelsey Brown over at WebMax.
Awesome. The technology that we use here is called Call Action. We use Mortgage Coach as far as delivering the video. I love using Calendly or any type of calendar service like that, because then we can help increase the opportunity to meet with somebody when they're ready, instead of the email back and forth, when would you like to meet? So those are my three top probably tech tools. If the agent does not have their own IDX website, or they don't have a website that they're particularly proud of as far as featuring that property, we use Listing Booster. We use Lender Launchpad, and this is a way for us to allow those potential buyers to see us as lenders with our payment information, with our videos, with our payment videos, co-branded with an agent on that particular property. Then they can share that. Definitely easy to share through social media as well, and generate buyer interest and leads that way. But what we're trying to do is reach a buyer while they're in front of a property, and then communicate directly with that seller and that listing agent and the potential buyer's agent, kind of be the middleman in that entire process.
Fantastic, man. Love it, man. Love hearing actually the way the way you actually create these systems. It's always been phenomenal. Mark, thank you so much for taking the time to share with us.
Thanks, Andrew, for having me on.
Really, really appreciate it. And make sure you text Mark, learn a little bit more about what he does. The seller buy down thing is just phenomenal. I mean, that is such a great opportunity. I never understood why more originators aren't taking advantage of that. All right, brother. Take care. Have an awesome day.
Thanks, bud.
Okay, up next, I got my buddy Kelsey Brown from WebMax. Kelsey, what's up?
What's going on, Andrew?
Good to have you, man. Always good to spend time with you. You've got some unbelievable things going on. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I have a lot to show in 15 minutes. I'm excited to show everybody what WebMax has been doing. I'm going to share my screen too, just while we talk here, if we can, possibly, just to get something going.
Fantastic. So I'm going to let you share here. One of the things I love about what you guys is it's not just one solution. You've got a whole suite of things that just work perfectly together. That's one of the reasons why we reached out to you and said, hey, listen, these guys would be great for Originator Tech, because you guys understand what it's like to be an originator out there. You have the conversations with the originators. You seem to not necessarily develop from hey, this would be some good software, but you listen to the voices of the originators, which I think is super, super important. Take it away. We got, if anyone has any questions, hit us up in the comment boxes. Feel free, Kelsey, it's all you.
All right, sounds good. Well, I'd like to start with an introduction. Kelsey Brown, I'm the Executive Vice President and Chief Strategy Officer over at WebMax. And Andrew actually hit the nail right on the head there. Our system, MortgageWare, which is an enterprise-level website provisioning system, was built specifically for mortgage companies. They had problems where they had to have a web developer to make updates to their website. They couldn't control every aspect of their website. And these are things that, WebMax listened to, our partners, and we came up with a solution that allowed them to take back control of their web branding. And what we've done is we've created them an enterprise-level website provisioning system, which allows them to control every aspect of their online marketing. In addition to that, like you said, Andrew, we are multiple spaces. We're a digital point of sale provider. We do have some automated pieces in our digital point of sale. It has business intelligence built in. And I'm going to try to show you a lot of this today in a very little bit of time. So I'm going to skip through some of these slides here really quickly, and we're going to jump right into what we call MortgageWare. Again, MortgageWare is an enterprise-level website provisioning system. Everything that you see here, you actually have control. If you wanted to change the call to action, you have the ability to do that. If you wanted to change the background images or the navigation menu items, you have the ability to do that. Everything that we do is 100% mobile responsive, so it is going to scale down to fit any device size and allow your consumers or visitors to access every page of the website solution, even including the pre-qualification applications and the digital point of sale application. They will be able to go through that from any device, regardless. They can be on a bus or on their cell phone and get an application done. We've also partnered, with so many different third-party providers, loan origination systems, CRMs, reputation management companies like Social Survey. In this instance here, we have Social Survey API pulling in MI Mutual's testimonials automatically. And just to kind of go and kind of emphasize on what an enterprise level website provisioning system is, this is MI Mutual's corporate website. So they have the ability to kind of brand this. They have the ability to showcase all of their branches. They have the ability to showcase all of their loan officers. But then they also have the ability to spin off individual branch websites and individual loan officer websites, as well as unlimited landing pages for social media campaigns and things of that nature. But the nice thing with our system is if you're a branch and you want to market just your branch, you have your own sovereign branch website right here, which will display basically all of your, branch information, contact information. We have Google Maps so people can identify exactly where you are. And then a Meet the Team section where you can see all of the loan officers in that specific branch. So the branch now doesn't have to worry about competing with other branches by directing their consumers to corporate. And additionally, I'm going to take it a step further. You can configure the loan officer websites as well. So now the loan officer doesn't even have to direct to a branch or to a corporate website. They have their own unique URL that they can share with their consumers. And they can also obviously get ranked in Google via search engine optimization as well. But this allows the loan officer to actually brand themselves and direct their consumers to their own landing page without having to worry about competing with other loan officers or anybody else in the actual company. And where we're different from a lot of the enterprise level website provisioning systems out there is you can actually make changes at the site level. So let's say Aaron here didn't like the design. Well, the marketing person over at MI Mutual can access WebMax's theme library and pick, with the click of a button, a different design, and that'll automatically change the entire site. They can change the navigation menu. They can add unique pages, blog posts, whatever they want for Aaron's site. And then from there, Aaron has a totally unique website that is still controlled at the corporate level, keeping compliance in mind. Never want just anybody updating content on a mortgage-based website. But, it'll be specific to Aaron at that point, which is also great for search engine optimization purposes and for Aaron getting ranked for unique content in Google.
Hey, Kelsey, just out of curiosity. So let's say I'm Aaron, I'm in my community, my family's seen around town all the time, and I want a picture, I want that hero picture, that background where we see that couple, and I want that picture to be of my family. Is it customized to that level?
It is. Actually, every theme that we have, everything that you see, even down at the loan officer website level, can be overwritten from our control panel. And you can access it from one centralized location, which is key for a lot of marketing professionals out there that have multiple websites to manage. So, I can show you the backend system, and I may do that if I have some time, where you can actually go in and see the list of websites and how you can manage and override those specific websites.
Yeah, I want to geek out. I'm excited about that. That gets me excited. As a mortgage marketing nerd, that totally gets me excited.
Oh yeah,
I know some other people actually would like to see that too.
Yeah, again, it's everybody wants to be unique, right? How do you stand above everybody else? And that's by allowing you to customize these websites at the loan officer level. So we had a question come in. So the question is, it appears this is more for lenders and not a single independent broker. Not true. Our solution fits any size. You can be an individual loan officer, you can be a broker, you can be a banker. It doesn't really matter. The system will work for anybody. If you only have a need for one website, we can accommodate that.
Yeah, awesome, fantastic.
All right, so I'm going to now move to some more tools that we've been working on. I'll kind of show you who this customer is, PHH Mortgage. We have 5 lead capturing calculators, a total of 17 calculators. 5 of them are lead capturing, so this is new with our system. If you click on these, you can obviously put in basic information to kind of calculate here. So here, price of home, we'll do 250,000. Loan amount 180,000. Loan term, we'll go with 30. We'll do a 3% interest rate and 12,000 property taxes. We're in New Jersey. And then homeowners insurance, we'll do 2,400. And we're going to go ahead and calculate. Now, what this does is, for this specific customer, we're only showing the P&I, property taxes, homeowners insurance. We do have the ability to show the amortization schedule as well. But when I say lead capturing is, a lot of the calculators that are out there now, and even some of ours, only provides information to the customer. But what does that do for you, the lender? You need to capture this information. You want to know who's looking at these calculators. So what we do is we embed these call to actions. You see your calculation is here. This is how much you're going to pay. You're ready to apply. We can direct you to the application. Or you might not be ready to apply yet, but maybe you want to have these results. Why don't you, email these results to yourself and click on that. And then we'll open up a small contact form, first name, last name, email. And it can be configured however you want it. So we can capture, phone number, whatever. I say minimum is best because you're trying to capture information from a lead that's just looking around. But not only are we sending this information to that consumer, we're also storing this information for you in the control panel. And if you do have a CRM, and we're integrated with a lot of them, we can actually push this data into your CRM to whatever specific campaign you have set up for these types of leads. And if you do want to apply, it'll take you to one of our applications, or if you have your own point of sale application, we can embed that into the system as well. Some of the other things that we've done, we have a pretty smooth pre-qualification application. It is an interview style, quick pre-qualification application designed for today's online savvy mobile users that don't want to do a whole lot of data entry, rather just click a bunch of buttons and get through the experience quickly. I had to put a little bit of Google reCAPTCHA there just to protect you guys from spam. I think you'll thank me later, but we'll go ahead and start this application. If I'm on a corporate website, it's going to ask me if I'm working with the loan originator, and if I am, I can just choose my LO and I can keep going. If I'm on a branch, it'll ask me the same question. However, it's going to only show the loan officers associated with that branch. And if I'm on an LO site, it's not even going to ask that question at all. So real quick, we'll just get through this. Now, as I'm inserting this information, the next question is rendering. Just keep in mind, this is one of our most customizable applications. So if you wanted to repurpose it for something other than a mortgage application, you have the ability to do it. And it's so configurable, we can tell it to either send the information to an LOS or send the information to a CRM, which is important when you're repurposing the application. And I'm not going to go through this full application, just kind of wanted to give you a little flavor there. If you're in Compass, we're automatically pulling back your licenses, so you don't have to worry about what states you can collect these applications in. It's happening for you automatically. If you're not in Compass, we have a licensing engine in the back end that you can go and just select which state you want to collect applications in. First place here, for actual data entry, what's your email address? I can insert that. And then it'll bring me right back to some graphic questions. You may have saw my verification expired there. So that's going to pop up if it does. Again, that's to keep you protected. And we can just keep going through the application process. Once it's done, depending on your use case scenario, it'll always notify the end user, the loan officer or site administrator that pre-qualification or specific application was completed. But then we'll either automatically send it to a loan origination system or to that CRM. Or if you just wanted to collect the data from it, we can send it that way as well. And it doesn't have to go to an LOS or a CRM. Some of the other things that we've done, we've actually created a custom form builder. So I'm really excited about this one because this allows us to collect whatever information you would like to collect and also style it however you would like it styled. So in this case, this is a purchase qualifier form. where it's just asking 3 questions at a time. What's your zip code? What type of home? Current monthly income? And I can click next, and it'll just go right with that. These background images can change with the transition, which is super exciting for any marketing professional out there that wants to have like a unique lead funnel. And I'm not going to go through that whole thing either, but what it does is it just collects all of the information, it notifies you via email, and then we also store all of this lead information in your control panel in the back end of MortgageAware. And then finally, I'll save the best for last. This is our digital point of sale application. For time purposes, I already started the application, but I did want to just kind of touch on this a little bit. So our POS is actually one of the, I think, better user experiences out there when it comes to a point of sale application. We kept it very simple. In fact, we built it in its most condensed format. So we're not exposing every field of the 1003. We're only exposing bare minimum, and based on how you answer questions, if additional information is required, at that point, we'll go ahead and expose those additional fields. But some of the other things that we've done is we've actually built this around your business rules. So we can create automated dynamic needs list, document list. And I'm just going to go through the rest of this application, just kind of give you guys a little flavor here. I'm just going through from, these are everything that I've already done already, just so you can see what's there. All right. Some estimated optional expenses. I'm just going to save that, and you'll see as I'm going through the application process, every time I satisfy a section, there's going to be a check mark next to it. So when I gave my property information here, what will happen is if I said that I owned that property, it'll automatically come down to the REO section as well. So my last 2 years address history, but I also have the ability to add additional residences here as well. I can add my employment very easily. If it's W-2 employment, I can insert my employment information, whether it's current or previous. And let me go back here. I can add my financial assets. So today we are integrated with FormFree and FinLocker. We are working on a few other integrations as well. What that'll allow your consumers to do is, verify their assets automatically and share that information with you automatically. They also have the ability to add the accounts manually. So if they were to do that, you'll see I already have Chase in here, but I didn't, these assets aren't verified. This is just me as a consumer telling you that, hey, I have this Chase account and I have X amount of dollars in that account. All right. So my declarations, I'm going to just fill those out very quickly. I'll put a no there. My demographic information, I'll just do not applicable. So while I'm doing this, what we've really baked into this with Encompass's loan origination system first, we're not excluding the other LOSs. We definitely want to do this with them as well. We already had a bi-directional sync with Encompass, and what we wanted to do was tighten this up. What we've realized is, when you have a point of sale application, typically companies have to adopt to that point of sale application and learn something new. And it doesn't really support a lot of the operational staff who has to live inside of the loan origination system. Now you have to teach them something new and then kind of modify your existing processes. So what we wanted to do was kind of bypass that and almost get 100% adoption. So with this system, it's so tightly integrated with Encompass, you can literally start this application from anywhere. If I'm a loan officer, I have the ability to start it from Encompass and then invite that user back to the POS and update the application. and I can actually see the application as it's in progress in Encompass as well. As a processor who needs to get forms and things like that, remember, again, we're following your business rules, so we do have that dynamic needs list populate, but the processor can go in to Encompass, not even our point of sale application, and they can see what's there for them for that specific loan. They can get alerts, and they can also request things right from Encompass, and that'll talk to our system real time. So the consumer working through the POS is the only one who's really going to have to work through the POS, where the loan officer and the processor can continue to either work in Encompass 100%, or they can work in our back end of our point of sale application, which I don't think anybody's done yet. So I'm really excited about this, and I'd love to show off more of it. I can spend hours going through it. So here's the other thing that we did with co-borrowers. You can actually, if you have a spouse and you want to fill out their information now, you have the ability to do it. If it's your co-borrower is not your spouse and you don't have their information and you don't want them to see your sensitive information, you can send an invitation to another co-borrower, and they'll be invited to come back to the application and fill out just their portion and verify just their information. And then we can tie that loan, into one, all of those different applicants. But if there's no more borrowers, you can kind of pass that. And as long as everything is satisfied here, you'll have the ability to submit the application. Now, we just got to this page. This is the dashboard page. We have the ability to show milestones and everything else, but you may have just seen that borrower's needs list pop up there. It's asking me to verify and share my bank accounts. It's asking me to upload a purchase contract. It's asking me to upload my photo ID, because this specific, application here, or the rules behind this application, that's what, came back based off of all of the information that I provided. If I go and verify that, that's going to bring me back into the application, and now that's going to just kind of open up asset verification. And I'll stop there for the point of sale application and see if there's any questions there. But while I do that, I wanted to very quickly jump into the back end. Looks like I'm out of time there, Andrew, but let's see if I can open it real quick.
So, and if anyone does have any questions, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way to get a hold of me, you can come to my website. You can email me. Here's all of my information. Let's see, right here. Can you guys see that? There you go.
Fantastic.
So here's my direct number. You can text that number. You can call that number. You can email me. I don't have any automated text coming back to you.
You're not going to put me into a drip campaign from your cell phone number.
I'm so quick. You'll think it's automated.
It's great. So I'm gonna write down your email, and we'll share it actually in the chat. So hold on, give me 1 second while I just type that down. And okay. Fantastic. If you can go back to that admin screen, I'd love to kind of wrap it up in there. That would be cool.
All right, so let's log in here. All right, so we're from the back, and you can see how much stuff you actually have access to, all of your content, your navigation menus, your people, so your loan officers. And if you wanted to create a loan officer site real quick, we also have a new feature for team members, which I'm really excited about as well, because everybody seems to want it. But if I was to add a loan officer, you'll see that a site is automatically going to be created for that, because that's configured in this specific instance. Now, once my site is configured, I'll have the ability to go in and I can manage that specific site. So for instance, Langston here, whose site looks like this, by the way. There's Langston. I can manage his site. And I can say, you know what? I want to access his banner images. I can click on banner, I can upload a new banner, just like that. Or I can say, I want to change out his theme. I want his theme to be something different. Now, he's on a custom theme, so it's not going to be as easy as just clicking a button. Actually, it is. If I was to do, let's say, just Earth Tone, which is an older theme, I can update that really quickly. And then Langston is now on a new website theme. Need some content added there, but you have the ability to do it. Additionally, if I wanted Langston to have his own social media icons or own footer content, or if he was a DBA, which is also a good one as well, you can change out the logo. You have the ability to add footer content, copyright content. You can put in custom metadata. You can put in custom body open data, which is great for Facebook pixels and things of that nature that you need to plug into your solution. He has his own Facebook. Well, guess what? We can override the company's Facebook and insert his customer chat, Facebook customer chat. You wanted to add that to the website, plug that right in there. So, I mean, the system is really, really robust, and I think you can tell just by the number of different sections in the control panel that we have here that you can actually do a lot. We have a lot of companies managing their entire website solution from footer, from header to footer, and everything in between.
Wow. Now, do you say actually that WebMax is more for like the mortgage company that wants to be more hands-on with their technology, or is it for the mortgage company that says, hey, listen, we're gonna rely on you guys to do this great technology for us? I mean, who does it fit best with?
I think both. So, in addition to having this complete back-end system, we are not a set it and forget it company. Last thing we want to do is put something up and then leave you on your own and then your website stays stagnant. So we do have success managers here at WebMax who's constantly, on the phone with you, making sure that, everything is working the way that it needs to be working, or if you need help creating pages, or, there's new features. Let me show you how to enable these features. And by the way, we almost do a new feature quarterly, and we release it to our entire customer base. So you get access to all of that, and we can do custom features as well. But yeah, either way, if you want to take it and run with it yourself, by all means, just keep in mind your success manager will still be checking in on you. Or, if you're not that tech savvy and you don't really have time to kind of mess around with this, utilize your success manager to help you with that as well.
It's fantastic. That's very cool. Kelsey, always great to spend time with you. I'm glad actually we had a chance to kind of dig into this. I got to say, like, one of my favorite things is that POS that you guys have. I went through the mobile experience on that. It's sticky. It's sticky. Like, you just can't, like, okay, I'm just going to hit this next button. Okay, I'm just going to hit this next button. And all of a sudden, you realize, like, you've accidentally completed a 1003.
It's just that easy. We try to make it sticky as possible. I mean, it's best for your online marketing campaign. That's what we are. We provide online marketing solutions and digital point of sale applications. So.
Fantastic. All right, beautiful. Kelsey, thank you so much for joining us. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure you hit Kelsey. You should see his email address is in the comments. It's also down here on the screen right there. Reach out to Kelsey, learn a little bit more about WebMax. And Kelsey, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, guys. Take care, Andrew. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care, brother. All right, everyone, that concludes the Originator Tech event, because I believe happy originators, happy borrowers, happy mortgage company. So thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to head over to originatortech.com. Lots of resources over there just to kind of do some follow-up, a little more information about today's sponsors. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Stay healthy.